In a world full of unknowns, one thing stands out: why it's important to be ready as we get closer to winter. Rumors of possible shortages are getting louder. Today, we're going to give you important information about 6 foods that might not be available this winter because of problems around the world, such as the climate changing quickly and problems in the supply chain. Make sure your pantry is well stocked for the cold nights ahead. It's time to act. Number 1. Pasta. When planning for survival food, pasta is a good choice. It's simple to pay attention to basics like rice and canned goods, but they forget about the humble but necessary hero of the pantry: pasta. It's a comforting, flexible, and oh-so satisfying carbohydrate. Source should be in your prepper pantry, and here's why. Unlike fresh pasta, dried pasta has a long shelf life, which makes it perfect for stockpiling in airtight cases that are sealed. When it comes to food storage, pasta can last forever. It can be eaten long after other foods have gone bad. This means that you'll always have access to a useful food source, even if supply chains break down. You don't have to be bored with pasta. There are a lot of different shapes and sizes of pasta to choose from spaghetti and penne to fusilli and farfalle. Variety not only makes your meals more interesting, but it also keeps you from getting tired of eating the same thing every day during a food shortage. When times are tough, comfort matters when it comes to getting ready. It is very simple to make pasta. All you need is boiling water, and in a few minutes you have a hot, filling meal ready to go. It doesn't take much work or resources, so it's a great choice when resources are limited. SC nutritional value. Even though pasta isn't very healthy by itself, it can be used as a strong base for many dishes when mixed with beans, vegetables from a can, or even just tomato sauce. You can make hearty, well-balanced meals that give you the nutrients you need, even when fresh food is hard to find. Something about a plate of pasta makes you feel better. It brings back memories of better times and comforts us during hard times. Food is a big part of keeping people happy, and don't forget how comforting pasta can be. Number 2. Cereal. With the threat of food shortages on the horizon, it's time to give cereal the attention it deserves. Should have in your prepper pantry. This morning favorite that we often take for granted could be in danger because of a lack of grains caused by many problems around the world. While cereal is a quick and easy way to start the day, it's also a good source of important nutrients like fiber and vitamins. And when you're in a hurry, pouring a bowl of cereal with milk is a simple but satisfying solution. But why should you stockpile cereal in particular? For starters, grain shortages are becoming more common because of climate change, extreme weather events, and problems in the supply chain. Cereal grains like wheat, corn, and others are important parts of many types of cereal. Having a wide range of cereals can help you deal with lack of certain grains. Second, variety is important. Different cereals have different tastes and nutritional profiles. Some are high in fiber, and others have extra vitamins and minerals added to them. If you buy a lot of different foods, you can make sure you have a healthy start to the day and meet your nutritional needs, even when things are tough. Lastly, a long shelf life is an important advantage. Most cereals can be eaten for a long time if they are kept properly in a cool, dry place in airtight containers. Because they last so long, they are a good thing to have in your prepper pantry. Number 3. Beans and legumes. Beans and other vegetables. When it comes to preparing for bad times, there is one group of pantry essentials are foods that don't get much attention but are very good for you. Beans and other vegetables. Beans and other legumes are often forgotten in the prepper pantry, but these humble foods are very important. Treasures are great to have in your stash because they are high in protein and fiber. You may be wondering why beans and other legumes are so important during times when food shortages might happen. The answer lies in their versatility, nutritional value, and long shelf life. Protein. In a world where meat supplies may not be reliable, beans and legumes can be used as a main source of protein. They provide a plant-based protein option that is both healthy and sustainable. Fiber. During hard times, keeping your digestive health in good shape is very important. Beans and legumes are full of dietary fiber, which helps your body digest food and makes you feel full, which can be especially helpful when you don't have a lot of different foods to choose from. It's a good idea to stock up on a range of beans and legumes. Not only are lentils easy to cook, they are also high in protein, iron, and fiber. If you want to add more nutrition to your soups and salads, you can make hummus out of chickpeas. Black beans are tasty and full of good things for you called vitamins. Long shelf life. Lettuce and beans last a long time if you store them in a cool, dry place and in containers that keep air out. Because they last so long, you can be sure they'll be there when you need them. Best for the budget, one great thing about beans and other legumes is that they are very cheap. They have a lot of health benefits for a small price, so people on all kinds of budgets can afford them. Number 4. Spices. When it comes to being ready, we tend to focus on staples like rice, beans, and canned goods. People often forget about the unsung stars of the pantry, spices. They may only seem like flavor enhancers, but when it comes to food shortages and stockpiling, they are culinary lifelines. The little jars and containers that hold spices on your kitchen shelves can turn bland meals into culinary delights. They add depth, character, and zest to your dishes, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. But when people are getting ready for shortages, these unsung heroes are often pushed to the back burner, both literally and figuratively. So why should you buy spices for your prepper pantry? Well, here's the deal. There are real shortages of spices, and they can have a big effect on your food. When things are going badly in the world, a well-seasoned meal can make you feel better. Get away, imagine a plate of rice and beans. It sounds plain, but add a pinch of paprika, a dash of cumin, and a sprinkle of garlic powder, and you have a tasty fiesta. Spices can turn even the most basic foods into gourmet meals, but it's not just about taste. It's also about variety. When there aren't many options, it's easy to get bored quickly. Having a variety of spices on hand lets you make different meals with the same main items. One day you can make a hot chili with those beans, and the next day you can make a wonderful curry with them. Number 5. Coffee. For people who need their daily amount of caffeine, coffee, the idea of a coffee shortage isn't just a minor problem. It's a real problem. We're talking about supply chain problems that can mess up your morning routine and make you long for that fragrant cup of coffee. There are many problems that can happen in the supply chains that connect the places where coffee is grown in South America to your neighborhood coffee shop. Changes in climate make weather trends unpredictable, and there is even political unrest in coffee-growing areas. Nations can all mess things up, which means that the beans you need for breakfast might not be as easy to find. That's why it's time to take matters into your own hands, or should we say into your own pantry? Not only is stocking up on your favorite coffee beans a good way to protect your caffeine addiction, it's also a smart thing to do when things aren't going as planned. Why many people count on coffee? Coffee isn't just a drink. It's a lifeline. It gets our mornings going, gives us a pick-me-up in the middle of the day, and comfort during times of stress. A lack could make you feel slow and less able to handle tough times. True confidence boosts. Coffee is more than just a drink. It's a time when you feel at ease and at home. Making the right cup of coffee can bring you a sense of calm and normalcy, even if the outside world is crazy. 3. Barter and trade. In a situation where goods become valuable, food and goods, coffee can be a useful thing to trade. Because it's easy for everyone to like, it's in high demand and could help you get other things you need. Number 6. Honey. Honey. Picture a golden elixir that not only makes you happy but also. Honey is magical because it can keep things fresh for a long time. It should have a special place in your backup stash. Pantry honey has an endless shelf life, so you can stock up on it ahead of time in case there are food shortages. You can count on this natural sweetener to help you keep some sweetness in your life, even when things are bad. In addition to its delicious taste, honey has healing qualities that have been valued for hundreds of years. It's not just a sugar substitute, it's a healing balm for both the body and the soul. As an antimicrobial, honey is great for treating minor wounds and burns because it protects against infection and helps tissues grow back. In an emergency, honey can be your first aid companion for cough and sore throat relief when the cold weather brings on coughs and sore throats. Honey saves the day. A spoonful of honey can soothe irritation and provide relief. It can also help stop coughing naturally. Honey is full of antioxidants and important nutrients. It has enzymes, vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients that are good for your health. When food is scarce, these nutrients become even more important. Natural sweetness makes it a good sugar replacement. Honey can be used in place of sugar in recipes. It's a healthy option that adds depth of flavor to everything from baked goods to tea. Honey can be used in many ways. If you want to store honey for later use, you might want to buy different kinds, like raw honey, which has more of its natural qualities. Make sure to store it properly in a cool, dark place to keep it from crystallizing and to keep it in liquid form in case of doubt. For me, honey is a reminder of how sweet life is, and that even when things go wrong, simple but effective tools like honey can help us get through them. Being ready.